coffee gonna keep you awake, son.
Oh, Mom, I thought you were already in bed.
I know that's what you were at least hoping. Well, where were you tonight?
I stopped by to see Leon.
And?
Well, I told him I want to take a look at those houses you picked.
Good.
Just looking, Mama. Besides, you're gonna move no matter what I say.
Well, I want to make this as gentle as possible. Cheer up, Gene. I'm happy, so that ought to make you happy.
Yeah, but Mom, there's more to it than that.
I'm listening.
Look, the whole thing seems silly, but things have been tough at work lately. I mean, losing Sam was no picnic, and not to mention the whole office that they dumped into my lap. Mom, I need you to come home too. You and Jimmy, I don't want to come home to some cold turkey pie and watching reruns on TV.
Well, you know I wanted you to move with me, Gene.
Well, I'll be there as long as Jimmy's there.
You can't take care of him here?
So you don't want him, is that it?
Want him? I live for that boy. But if you want him to keep you company, I'd understand.
Mom, 1 week of my cooking and Jimmy would be out on your front doorstep. You know what's gonna happen, don't you? I'm gonna send him to bed at your place, and then I'm gonna drop by the next morning, then pick him up from school, then drop him off at your place again. But before you know it, you have a bed in the guest room, and then I'll sleep overnight, and then a weekend, and by then, well...
Oh, then it's home for you.
Yeah, that's pretty sneaky, Mama.
Oh, sly as a serpent and innocent as a dog.
Yeah, either way, I feel like the rat running in my family. I mean, and grumbling about your dream house.
Oh, Gene, you're no rat in my eyes, but you're just now learning that nothing can come between me and my God. He supplies the desires of my heart. As soon as you see the house, you're gonna love it.
Ross, can you please turn down the stereo?
Yeah, just a second.
Wait, Ross, it's okay. You don't have to turn it up.
What's this?
Oh, come on.
Going somewhere?
Ross, don't.
Oh, Becky, hey. Isn't that just a little bit foxy for everyday use, huh? Don't you think?
Ross, I'm going to New York.
Yeah? Like hell you are.
Don't wait! All right, go ahead. Tear up everything I own. I'm still going. Ross, I'm still going to New York, Ross. I have to go.
No, you want to go. You don't have to go.
That's right, Ross. I want to go, and I'm going.
You know, I'm beginning to think maybe my mom was right. Maybe you did get pregnant just so I'd marry you.
That's a lie.
Is it?
Oh, boy, you don't stop at anything, do you?
Well, show me different, Beck. Show me different. Man, ever since you became Mrs. Weaver, you've done everything you know to get rid of that child.
You're such a hypocrite. You're the one who wanted the abortion. I wanted this baby from the very beginning, Russ. Now, the only reason you want it is because you're so stinking jealous and you'd rather see me tied down to a baby than doing something that I enjoy.
Tied down? Tied down? Who's tied down? I'm the one that's been taking care of you and that baby. And let me tell you something, Beck, it's been no bundle of joys either.
Yeah, well, you won't have to do it anymore. How's that?
Just a little Miss Mother. Can run out every night and get thrills and chills with Phil.
Oh.
I gotta be crazy.
Well, I'm glad you're going with Leon. Well, what time are you going?
I gotta meet him at the office, Mom.
Well, how about some waffles?
No thanks.
Well, you know if you go somewhere with an empty stomach, any house is gonna look bad to you.
Mom, would you quit worrying? Now come over here and sit down. You know I have an open mind.
Oh, gee. Now, this is the house on 7th Avenue, huh? What page is it on?
Mom, this is a different one. It isn't listed.
Well, I know 7th Avenue. That's over there in the hub by Vinley's grocery store.
Yes.
And all the direct bus lines, and I can walk to church.
Now, Mom, everything should go right, but now, listen, don't get your hopes too high. If it's one thing that's needed, it's a cool head when you're shopping for a house.
Well, that's what you got, a cool head. I don't know where you got it, but I love it.
Yes, and it takes a warm heart to make a home, Mom, and that's what you've got.
You know, it always tickles me when I go through these books. Listen to the way they phrase things. You know, they don't sell houses anymore. Everything, it's all homes. They've got a town home here.
Yep.
They got a mobile home here. Not such thing as a trailer house. They even got a little thing here called a starter home. I don't know what that is. Do you?
I forgot my marble.
Marbles? Now, Gene, don't you go believing in those good luck charms. That's not like you. That little glass is not going to change a thing.
Mom, it's not a charm. I use it to set on the floors to check the level. Now, look, if it sets still, that means that everything is good, but if it starts flying all over the place, that means we've got ourselves a little problem.
Well, aren't you smart? Oh, let me have that. Let me see what... I'd like to try that out here.
Yep, but in the meantime, I'm gonna be late.
Gene, you call me just as soon as you see it and let me know what you think.
No, you're just gonna have to be patient, Mom. This is gonna be a big decision, and I want all day to brood over it.
Now, don't you let them snatch that out from under us.
Hey, Mom, have faith, lady.
Please. Lord, please. Lord. Hello? Lord!
Becky? Is that you?
Lord! It's happening!
I will. Where's Russ? Okay, are you lying down? It's all right, Becky. Just hold on. I'll call Ben right now.
Dr. Martin.
Ben.
Well, hello.
Oh, honey, Becky just called me. She could hardly talk, and, well, I think it's the same thing as before, and Russ isn't there.
Hey, now, just slow down. Now, where's Russ?
I don't know. Ben, it's worse than before.
All right, now, don't worry. I'll send an ambulance for her. In the meantime, why don't you go over there and make sure they can get inside?
Okay, should I ride with her in the ambulance?
No, just follow in the car. We'll be ready for her at the hospital.
Okay, should I do anything when I get there? I mean, for Becky.
No, Laurie. There's not a lot you can do, I'm afraid. Why don't you give me the address so I don't have to look it up?
It's 126 Baker's Court.
Okay, and the phone number?
526-2964.
Okay, I'll see you soon.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too. Bye. Yes, this is Dr. Martin. I need an ambulance pickup at 126 Baker's Court. That's above the market. The patient's name is Becky Weaver. Spontaneous abortion. And there'll be someone there. Thank you.
Now tell me, Ben, what do you think about these new insurance rates?
Alex, I'm afraid I got some bad news. Lori just called. Sounds like Becky Weaver's in labor.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and this time I think it's for keeps.
No.
An ambulance is on the way.
You really can't win them all, can you?
Especially when the patient won't obey the rules.
Hi. How you doing?
Well, hello, Francis, old buddy.
Do you mind if I join you?
No, sure, just don't talk through my sound.
Oh, what'd you pick?
Well, if I'd have seen you coming a few seconds earlier, I'd have punched up Swan Lake.
Don't humor me. I do manage a rock band.
Summer wind, oh, yeah, how could I have forgotten that?
I thought it was very generous of you to approve of Becky going to New York. It means a lot to the band, and it means a lot to Becky, to all of us.
It means she lied, Francis.
What? You mean she's not gonna go?
Shh. Now, don't get yourself on a tizzy. Besides, since when does my approval count for anything anyway?
Well, then she's going.
Yeah, we talked about that this morning. Hey, she wouldn't miss that for the world.
I don't know what to say. I'd be dishonest to say I'm not relieved.
Yeah, you go far. As a matter of fact, I guess you could say that I owe it all to you, huh, Francis? After all, you discovered her.
She needed a job, Russ.
She doesn't need one anymore.
Well, maybe she does. Maybe she needs something to make her feel good about herself.
Well, she must be in feel-good heaven, hanging around with all those bug-eyed musicians.
That's disgusting. You don't know anything about it. You don't know anything about her.
And I suppose that you're just dying to tell me, huh, Francis?
She loves you, Russ. What is it gonna take to convince you of that?
Oh, I see. And Phil is what, little fling?
I'd call Phil a band leader. Phil leads a band. I manage a band. Others play in a band. Becky sings in a band. Is that so hard to understand? Look at me. Look at me. I couldn't sit here and look you in the eye if Becky and Phil were doing something behind your back, with Becky or anybody for that matter.
You were kind of sweet on her for a while there, weren't you, Francis? All that studying.
I'm not her type. I think that's obvious.
Yeah, I guess. But it's kind of strange. She really seems to like you.
She's comfortable around me, that's all. I'm not a threat to her.
You like all that classical stuff, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I like anything that has order and symmetry, you know. Some contemporary stuff has it. Some sports. I think I'm destined to be a spectator for the rest of my life, though.
And Becky writes songs. Well, you know that.
Yeah, what do you think of them?
Think, Francis, you're talking to me.
Well, you have an opinion, don't you?
No, I told you before, my opinion doesn't count.
I'm not so sure of that, Russ. Even if Becky was doing precisely what she wanted to, she'd be miserable if you didn't want it. I'd call that clout. I'd be careful how you used it.
Yeah, well, you just take care of my wife, huh?
Don't worry, Russ. Look, I meant it when I said that she loves you.
What did I tell you? Old Leon ain't gonna steer you wrong. Come on and tell me all right. You loved it, didn't you?
Yeah, I was a little surprised, Leon.
Come on, Gene, admit it. You can't beat a Victorian split.
Victorian split, is that what that was? Well, I'm not gonna admit to anything, but I do appreciate you showing me.
Is that a yes? I knew it. Your mama's gonna be in seventh heaven. That place was made for you folks.
Hey, don't you say a word to Mama, and you can stop scribbling on that little contract because I haven't decided on anything yet, Leon.
Now, Gene, you know it's not my style to pressure. Now, this place is gonna be up for grabs in the morning. You know how fast word spreads.
Yeah. No, I don't, Leon. Just how fast does word spread?
Look, don't worry about it. I'll hold on to it for you for as long as my strength holds out. Because, Gene, I feel it in my heart that this is the one, don't you?
Well, man, you
Leon,
know.
what brings you over this way?
Business. Are you settled in now?
I sure am. Thanks so much, Leon. It's perfect.
I knew it'd be nice for you.
Yeah, well, we're really happy with Vicky. She's doing a splendid job. Actually, an exceptional job, you know?
He thinks we're talking about the job. Tell him so he can trust me.
Well, actually, Mr. Redland, I was referring to the apartment Leon found me. But I like working here, too. Leon's really quite a real estate man. Are you looking for a house?
We found it.
Leon.
Well, really, Mr. Redland, you should listen to him. He's a genius. Excuse me, I'm due at that meeting at the annex. Great seeing you, Leon.
See? What did I tell you?
Well, impressive, I'll say. But who tipped her off?
Gene, trust me.
Well, why don't you stop by tonight and I'll give you something a bit more definite. But I still have to discuss this with Mom.
Yeah, do that. She ought to be in on the decision. What time?
7:30.
Fine, just fine. I'll bring over my coffee samples. I can get it for you wholesale.
Right.
Hasta la noche.
Right. Hasta la noche.
Hey, okay, Miller's back. No sweat on that stuff. That can go in last. Is the van ready?
Yeah.
Great. Come on, give us a hand with these speakers here.
Wait, Phil. I've got to talk to you.
Yeah, what's on your mind?
Phil, Becky's not ready.
So what's new? No problem. We got plenty of slack time.
Phil, she's in the hospital.
Tell me she broke a toe, Francis.
I stopped by her place this morning because Russ said they had a fight. Well, it wasn't a fight, really. It was...
Come on, get to the point, will you?
There were a lot of people still standing around outside, and they told me they'd taken her to the hospital in an ambulance.
Did you go to the hospital?
She's in Kingsley Memorial.
Francis, tell me she broke a toe.
Phil, she's pregnant.
What?
I should have told you before.
Pregnant?
Yes.
And you knew it?
Well, I guessed.
You jerk! You're supposed to be a manager, Miller. What the... What is it with you two, a conspiracy or something? I mean, just wait till we're on the edge of our big break and then drop the bomb, is that it? Well, bullseye, Becky, and thank you, Francis. You just shot us down. Is that why she kept skipping out all the time?
She was supposed to stay in bed. That's what the doctor ordered. She wasn't even supposed to come to rehearsals.
Well, what'd they say? Is she gonna be all right?
I don't know. They wouldn't let me see her. Dr. Martin said that she might lose the baby, and he didn't say anything else. She was an emergency.
Why didn't you tell me?
I was afraid it would hurt her chances with the band.
First you don't tell me she's married, then you don't tell me she's pregnant.
I was respecting her wishes. It was her business. She said she'd tell you when it was the right time.
Okay, Miller. Okay. But is there anything else you didn't tell me? Because believe me, the time is right. Hello?
Yeah, I wonder if you could tell me if the band has left yet. Summerwind.
No, we're still here. Who do you want?
Becky Weaver.
Who is this?
This is Russ Weaver, Becky Weaver's husband. Just put her on, would you please?
You're just a little behind the times, aren't you?
This is Phil.
Well, congratulations. At least you got something right.
Well, Phil, I can give you a choice. You can either put Becky on the phone or I can come over there and ram that thing down your throat.
Ooh, maybe I ought to call the operator for a little help, huh?
Try me.
Look, if you want to know where your wife is, why don't you try Kingsley Memorial Hospital?
What are you talking about? Man, if something happened to her, because of your rehearsals...
She didn't even get here, Weaver. You know, I think maybe push led to shove right there in your own little love nest. So why don't you get over to the hospital and start acting like a husband?
Any word?
Not yet.
Did you get Russ? No, I can't think of any more places to call. I just tried their apartment again. Well, how about the gym? Russ, where have you been? We've been calling all over.
Where is she? Where's Beck? She's in emergency with Dr. Greeley. Just stay here with us for the time being.
Oh, what? Can I see her? Don't they let husbands in?
Russ, I think it'd be better if you just waited here with us.
Listen, we can go to the lounge.
I have a right to know what's happened.
She's gone into labor again. It's the same thing that happened last Friday, only this time, Russ, there's not much hope of saving the child.
When will you know?
Soon. I think right now they're concentrating on Becky. She's, well, they're trying to pinpoint the hemorrhaging. She's lost a lot of blood.
I gotta see her.
There's no point.
Russ, please stay here with us.
No. I have to see her. We fought. She was out late last night. She was going to New York, and you gotta let me see.
Look, whatever brought this on, Russ, if you have something to say, just save it. I mean, the chance will come.
Look, he needs to talk, Ben. Just let him talk.
Oh, God, I hate myself. I really do. And I hate this whole stinking mess! What are y'all standing there staring at me for?
Russ, we just want to help.
I know what you're thinking.
Dr. Johnson, report to the third.
Poor Russ, huh? Nothing ever good comes to him. Aren't we lucky? The God's on our side.
That's enough.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Davidson. I didn't mean that.
Russ, if you'll wait here for a minute, I'll go try and find out the status of, well, I'll see when she's coming out, okay?
Thanks.
Sorry, Russ. We did everything we could. She just got here too late.